Welcome, I'm Bastet. I'll be running your operation. The project's official name is the Adventurers' Research of Abnormal Civilian Experiences, or Project Arrowace for short, to investigate the unusual occurrences that have been happening everywhere recently. I've hired you all for your hands-on experiences.
I'm going to be honest, I think we should run.
I don't know, I'm not a wizard in real life.
Tentacles belong in the ocean!
I also lost all my food, so Delphi, in a few hours you might start looking really delicious.
Okay. You can't just kind of hand wave and say, oh yes, it's clearly from another plane of reality, without that implying a lot about a very powerful wizard doing it, or a university of powerful wizards doing it, or a god doing it.
It lets us know that when these other anomalies have been happening, it's potentially due to the use of temporal or spatial magic.
Who are you? I saw you in some kind of dream, but I think there's more to it than that. We need to talk.
I can't tell you exactly why I did all the things I did, but I did them. Okay?
Can everyone please roll for initiative?
Oh, I nearly cussed so hard.
To Deck of Many Aces, an actual play podcast made by actual Aromantic. We are... Oh my goodness. Chloe, is that you?
I'm full of energy. I've been recording all day.
It's me.
That's wild. Wild.
Buckle up, kids.
Wild. Sorry. So I just looked on my watch very briefly and saw that my my partner has messaged me without any context. Demisexual meow.
I think we may have done that already.
No, we definitely have done. We definitely haven't done demisexual meow.
Or demisexual meowth.
All right.
Demisexual meowth is good, actually. I really like that because that I think is a good. Demisexual meowth.
Can we say that, or is that copyrighted?
That means
we can name check meowth.
That's out of order as hell. But you know already the thing. Oh god, oh god, it's happening.
Do you want to start again?
Happening.
No, let's go.
No, we identify as aromantic and asexual, and we play Dungeons and Dragons. And there's a whole twist about the Deck of Many Things and people's plot lines. And I am a demisexual meow. Thanks to my partner for that one. And my question is... actually, I was about to be like, if your PC was an animal, but then I remembered that all of you...
What if your PC was a different animal?
Then vegetable or mineral.
Delphi is not an animal.
Okay, tag yourself. Tag yourself. Animal, vegetable, or mineral.
Right? I've already said if your PC was a cuisine. Running out of ideas.
What about coffee order?
Oh no.
Yes.
What is your PC's coffee order?
Yes. What is your PC's coffee order?
I think
go for
Tozia loves a dirty chai.
Ooh.
Great, like...
Do you want to introduce Tozia as babes?
Tozia, she's the party Battlemaster fighter. I'm Am. We both use she, her pronouns. I, personally, am a cold brew with a splash of almond milk girly. But...
You are.
Tozia is probably... She's a dirty chai girl, for sure. Like, a little bit of caffeine, a little bit of sugar, delicious spices.
Toz is a dirty chai, which sounds really bad now that I say it.
Yeah, it does, Bub. No. Yeah, it really does.
Yum. She loves the delicious spiced milk.
To be fair, I too enjoy
some spicy
that mineral. I do crave that mineral. Chloe!
Hello!
My name is Chloe. I play Raina Riftwood, who is a tabaxi and a bard and a rogue. Rogue! We both use she, her pronouns, and like I think I'm not gonna lie, I think Raina just drinks black coffee. And I think it's a sort of thing
tracks.
She doesn't drink it every day. It's like a nice treat.
But surely the cat instinct inside of Raina would mean that she'd have milk with it, right?
Oh, that's true.
Would she just drink
shouldn't really have milk. Like, they shouldn't have coffee either, so...
No, I don't think Raina doesn't strike me as like a latte person.
No.
I think
Not
she's...
at all.
At the very most, I might be like, okay, like a white Americano. Something very simple.
Filter coffee.
She'll walk into a coffee shop. What was that, Am?
She's filter coffee.
Filter coffee, yeah, that's a good one. Yeah. She'll literally
She's a functional caffeine consumer.
Yeah. She'll walk into a coffee shop and be like, what is this?
Coffee,
what sorcery?
Yeah.
Yeah, one coffee,
She
please.
is the old man that comes in and is like, I just want a coffee. And they're like, okay, well, do you want that like as a grande? Or he's like, I just want coffee. Why have you made coffee so complicated in the last 90 years?
But that's the thing, like imagine, like even in our world, like if you wanted to order a coffee in the 60s or whatever, and then you suddenly got transported to now and you had to order a coffee, you'd be like, what is all
fair,
this?
most places do have like filter coffee on the menu.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like it's quite overwhelming.
The sizing, I do agree.
If you went into a coffee shop, then yeah. But if you went into like a classic diner, not like a classic diner, but like a greasy spoon, and you said I want a coffee, they would give you coffee.
They'd just give you coffee.
Yeah, they'd give you coffee, yeah, but a coffee shop is overwhelming. Anyway, Eiriol, go.
I am Eiriol. I'm playing Delphi, the Growfoot Warlock. I use she, they pronouns, and Delphi uses she, her pronouns. And I think Delphi would have a iced matcha tea.
Yes. Yes.
Not
so,
just because
so
I've gotten
brand.
very into matcha recently, but also because it's the vibe.
And yeah, if a tree drank coffee, what coffee would it drink?
Matcha.
The answer is matcha.
It is matcha. That's the rule. But I don't think she'd have milk with it.
Tracks.
She'd have it like with water and ice and some sweetener though, like some vanilla. Fancy. Matcha's great. Matcha's the best. I love matcha. It doesn't taste like coffee, and it's the effort of coffee.
I thought matcha wasn't coffee.
I cannot.
It technically isn't, but it's under the same guise.
You are looking for a highly caffeinated drink to perk you up. Matcha counts.
Yeah, okay.
It's like it'd be similar to chai. Is the thing like
dirty chai has caffeine in it though. Coffee even.
Yes, yeah, but like a non-coffee chai wouldn't.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's me next. Hello, I'm Katie. I play Morgan. And let's see, Morgan has two modes. One mode is making her own coffee, where she, it will be in her office or her lab or something, and we'll have the coffee pot, and it'll just be.
Would it be AeroPress?
No, it's a thing. She puts coffee in it. She uses like a fire cantrip to heat it up. It turns into sludge. It turns into like coffee coloured sludge. She drinks it. If it's too horrific, she adds milk and sugar. So
that's Katie's Morgan.
No, that's Morgan's. Ha.
What's the one where you put it like directly on the hob and fill it with the thing?
Turkish?
Is it a percolator?
Turkish coffee.
No.
There is a specific type of coffee pot. Yeah, I know what you mean. Like the one that looks really geometric.
Yes, it is a percolator. I know coffee. I don't drink coffee, and I know coffee.
Yes, percolator, because it percolates, which is one of my favourite verbs.
Thanks for that explanation, Ellie. I would have never guessed that a percolator. Percolate? Like, you're really a font of wisdom.
It was so mean to me. I got excited about the verb percolate.
The specific geometric mocha pot, coffee pot, is called a mocha pot, MOKA.
Oh.
But no, she just brews up some sludge for herself when she's in her office and just doesn't pay attention to it. But if she's going to a coffee shop, she'll be like working through whichever weird combination of stuff she hasn't tried before. So whatever weird seasonal flavour or like, yeah, sure, she'll have a frappuccino with extra whatevers and whatevers. Or yeah, we'll try out whatever weird syrup combination they've got. Just, having fun with it. Little treat.
Nice. That's very experimental of her.
She likes it all.
What happened last time?
We got a little bit more information out the ghost, and then the chandelier fell down.
Entirely on its own.
Yeah.
The theatre manager was really annoyed, but he was really racist, so we didn't care.
Racist isn't exactly the right vibe here, but it's not great.
He wasn't great.
It's a fun mix. It's a sort of fun mix of xenophobia and classist and I don't know, like the whole wings thing doesn't really have a direct equivalent in our human
the elves
world.
don't like tieflings very much in general, and the wings are a kind of extremely visible sign of something.
But yeah, that happened, and then we went to a cafe and had a short rest. Discussed what the ghost might have meant when they said "look under cl," and then got interrupted by the chandelier falling down. And the only somewhat sane answer, which is still insane, was Delphi saying that they might have meant clouds and they might have meant the storm, in which is housed an eldritch abomination.
Yeah, I don't think we can fight the Grog. I don't think
we can. No, they're like deity level power.
We're going to fight another cloud on podcast.
You guys were
going back to the docks.
You were stationed in the Hot Pot coffee shop, and you were going to head down to the docks. So I take it you all just do that.
Yep. So
is there anything you want to discuss en route, or are you just happy to kind of cut away?
Can I go spend some of this big pile of gold I have on some healing potions? Because I realise that might be useful.
Yeah, I would say, like, you probably have to hurry because shops are going to be closing, because even in a capitalist hellscape, they do tend to close by,
Delphi
8 p.m.
does have something they do want to buy, but it's not expensive, so it's fine, and it's probably easy.
Okay. Well, if you guys walk through the sort of central retail district, you can probably go and annoy some retail workers who are, 10 minutes before the close and just want to go home.
How much a potion of greater healing?
Oh my gosh, I think it's 50 GP, isn't it? Give me a second.
Something like that, yeah.
Google.
I do have this as a magic item prices. We've decided that this magic item prices is not actually very good, but
there's a table where it talks about common and uncommon magic item costs and stuff, right?
This is suggesting 150 gold.
For a potion of greater healing?
Yeah.
Oh,
that tracks. That's uncommon.
What's just a normal potion of healing?
50 GP.
Potion of healing is 50.
Let's get 2 of them then.
All right, awesome. So you walk into what is basically like a pharmacy. There's a very scrawny looking elf who he kind of looks you up and down and is really not happy that you're coming in at this time, and sort of rushes through the transaction. Yes, I'm speaking from personal experience. Sorry. And sort of almost throws the change back at you and is like, okay, yep, have a nice day.
Thanks.
Cool.
I'm gonna go in.
Delphi wants to buy a hand axe.
Why?
God. You don't need to know that.
Okay. Right, okay. So I feel like in oh my god, that's macabre. I feel like because you guys are in a big city and that this is basically the hub of what will become.
They should have plenty of hand axes, right?
Unfettered capitalism. I feel like the place you would go to buy weapons is almost like a fitness shop. Let's call it KB Splorts.
Do they have giant mugs?
They have giant what?
Mugs.
Giant mugs. Yeah, they do. They do have giant. They're not mugs. They're like what's the word? The like things to hold your pint in.
Flagons.
Flagons. They've got flagons with KB Splots written on them.
Oh, God.
Thank you for this gift, Ellie.
Okay, Delphi doesn't want to spend long buying this axe. They just want to pop in and get the axe and go out.
You are served by an incredibly oily teenager.
I see.
They're wearing fancy Nikes.
Trying to like upsell you like
no, Delphi
like,
is gonna
axe.
Like, what? You are ready for death. You actually are. You're all up and you're ready for death. Give me this axe.
Is it just a hand axe?
It's called a hand axe. It's 5 gold pieces.
5 gold pieces for a hand axe.
It technically is a weapon. I don't need a weapon axe, but that's what I found, so we go with that.
They want baby fighters to be able to afford things, so the
that makes
prices
sense.
are kind of whack.
But not healing. They're like, stop asking for potions of healing and get a cleric.
Considering we keep getting our healer
down. It's the
down.
wild thing of how much clerics are actually worth if they charge for healing. Like, you would be...
You
would not need to be an adventurer.
We should really pay Raina more than we do.
Yeah. So that's a hand axe. That is sorted.
I'm vaguely reminded of, for those of you who've listened to the Magnus archives, there's this bit where John's like,
they don't need a promotion.
Surprisingly easy to buy an axe in central London.
Yeah, that's the vibe.
It's a good podcast. Moving on.
You guys are like walking through the sort of central retail district on your way down to the docks. You get to the docks and it's quite rowdy. It's like a bit of a different environment to what you've seen so far, which has been quite like sleek and like very clean streets.
Oh, thank God.
You get the impression that this area is like a little bit like rougher. And
so just normal.
There's like, yeah, I'm thinking, so like my internal frame of reference, which is going to be really, really helpful for all of our global listeners, is like, you know, like the Cardiff Bay is very sort of like capitalist and commerce-y, and then like 2 streets back from Cardiff Bay is like docks and Riverside and Grangetown, and they're all like not like that, and so I feel like the vibe is Docks, Riverside, Grangetown. So really helpful for everyone who doesn't live in Cardiff.
So if you want to know more about the podcast, come visit Cardiff. This episode is sponsored. The podcast is being sponsored by Cardiff
Visit Wales.
Tourister.
There's a Yanto Jones memorial. If that's
there's not anymore.
Is there not?
It's not there.
What?
I think it might still technically be there, but it's not been upkept in any capacity.
Oh no!
That's
the
fine.
Yanto Jones memorial.
No, anyway, the 10-year-old TV show.
Let's stop talking about Yanto's Shrine and start talking about the docks. So yeah, you've got some. I mean, it's got a kind of like slightly rough around the edges, but a bit more kind of vibrant. There's like street vendors selling things, and there's like, you know, you can smell like there's like smell of like amazing seafood wafting out of like some pubs. There's like lots of kind of different establishments. Yes, remind me what the message said. Do you remember, Raina?
The message for the docks
yes
was, oh goodness, hang on, I've probably written it down.
I think I did, but I can't find it.
I've abridged it. I've written, something's not right. What are they hiding? There's a picture of an anchor, a ship, and 9 p.m.
Aha, yes, okay. Can I get all of you to do perception check?
I can.
Sure.
Okay.
Boy, that's not good.
Yeah.
That was a 4.
23.
17 plus 5. 22.
Nice. What did you get, Raina?
23.
Jeez.
Great, I just rolled an 18. I have plus 5, so 23.
God damn.
Woo! Oh my god.
Where was this when we were dodging falling chandelier bits?
right? Absolutely insane. You guys kind of like head out towards the docks. You almost make it to the waterfront, and Taz and Raina, you both see kind of like some movement in the corner of your eye, and you turn and you see there is a pub, and the sign for the pub is sort of swinging back and forth as if someone's kind of like giving it a whack, and as it stills you can see that the pub is named the Ship and Anchor.
Thought it might be. There we go. Right, so was our plan is I'll go in and suss out what's going on. You guys hang around
and scream if you need backup. And if it's chill, then come and like guesses. I guess I'd like to know.
Yeah.
But if we get to scare them off, then yeah.
Yeah, I just don't want to. Obviously, we are not the ones being invited here, so I don't want to overwhelm anyone.
Exactly.
Or have them immediately attack me, which might happen, but that's fine.
Wonder if it's some sort of secret meeting. I mean, I know it's a secret meeting, but like a secret society.
Well, I've got no idea. It just says 9 p.m. There's no date. Might not even be anyone here. But hey ho. Let's go give this a crack, shall we?
Good luck. 1 second. And then I tap you and give... Well, okay, I spend 1 minute casting the spell Gift of Alacrity on you, which gives you a bonus to initiative. So if you do get in a sticky spot, hopefully you can react a bit faster.
That'll be helpful, thank you. Okay, I will head on into the pub.
And what are the three of you doing outside? What's the kind of plan?
Chilling in a cool, non-suspicious way.
I'll crack open a nice book.
Taz, you crack open a book?
Yeah, why not?
Are you going to read it with what dark vision?
Is there light outside this pub? Are there street lamps on this dock so people don't fall into the water?
Yeah, there are lamps. It's like it's not pitch black. Yeah, Raina, you head in. The Ship and Anchor is a small pub, and it has a very sort of higgledy-piggledy vibe. You can see already that it's quite busy. You look around, there's just a big crowd of people. There's a couple of waiters, waitresses, like walking between tables, like serving people drinks, picking up the empty casks, and there's a bar sort of set back from the rest of the room. And then kind of to the left and the right of the bar, you can see there are sort of like these little, almost like, what's the word for the, like, you know, the like...
Booths?
Yes. My brain was going Kutch, but that's not very helpful if you are not Welsh. Yeah, little booths that are kind of a little bit sort of hidden in shadow on either side of the bar. What you doing?
I'm gonna kind of wander in nonchalantly and just go to the bar and get a drink and just kind of sit. If there's stalls at the bar, I'll sit at the bar. If not, I'll find somewhere to sit and like just watch people and see if there's anyone that looks like they might be waiting for someone, or anyone that looks particularly nervous or is like trying to hide something or their face or whatever.
Yeah, nice. So what are you ordering? What drink are you ordering?
Yeah, rum. Every time.
Rum.
Every time.
I thought you said I was like, what?
No, rum.
Rum, yeah.
Because Raina may hate pirates, but she does love rum.
Right.
This is true. This is true. As you're kind of like buying your rum, the landlady kind of like pots it down in front of you and says very gruffly, "Keep the change," and puts down a napkin for you as well.
Oh.
And on the napkin, there are some sort of etchings.
Okay, Raina frowns for a second before even looking at the etchings, because for barkeep to say keep the change is a bit of a
I was going to say this is very weird.
I'm super tired.
Okay, so that doesn't mean anything. That's just Ellie being
That doesn't mean anything.
Okay, that's fine.
I
was like, is this code?
We've never even left Catgirl City.
The bartender is having one of those days when you accidentally, like, you the waitress says enjoy your meal and you say you too.
You too.
That's what the bartender's got going on.
My brain literally went straight to, is this some kind of code? Is this, am I supposed to have something to say back? You know, all of this. But anyway.
Ellie Sleeby, that's the code.
What are the etchings? What are the marks?
Hello everyone, it's me, Chloe. I hope that you enjoy listening to our story just as much as we enjoy telling it. If you do, please consider supporting us monetarily so that we can continue to make the awesome content that you enjoy. The best way to do this is by joining our Patreon, where you can get access to rewards such as a shout out on the podcast, DM notes from Ellie, the opportunity to name an NPC, and much more. You'll also get access to our super cool patron-only Discord. You can find that at patreon.com/deckofmanyaces. Of course, if you don't want to give money every month, you can always make a one-time donation to our supporter Acast link, which can be found at supporter.acast.com/deckofmanyaces. Our content is free to access and always will be. But anything that you can give is greatly appreciated, as it helps us to grow and improve the podcast and give our cast a little something for their time and effort. And if you don't want to or can't give us any money right now, hey, you're still super uber mega cool because you're listening to us. Well, I'll let you get on with the podcast now. On with the show!
I will look at them subtly and nonchalantly.
Nonchalantly, you can see that it's thieves' cant again in this kind of language that you recognize, and it says to your left.
I'm going to subtly and nonchalantly, and not straight away, glance to my left.
You can see that there are two figures sat in the booth to the left-hand side of you. They're kind of shrouded in shadow, so you can't really see their faces. But you can see that one of them is like very, very slight, and the other one is a little bit kind of bulkier, a little bit more sort of solid.
I'm concerned that they know who I am, or at least where I am here. But yeah, I think I actually will wait a couple minutes. I will finish my drink and then I'll go over there. I'm not going to go over there straight away. And I will subtly and nonchalantly sit down.
Super, super, super subtly.
Yeah.
You sit down, and the figures across from you kind of don't say anything initially. You can see it slightly more clearly now that
the rain has gone.
My God!
Straight in there.
Ariel's determined to get like some form of copyright claim made against this podcast.
That's it, isn't it? That's it. That's what she wants.
So what you don't realise is if you speed up every single episode so that it fits in like 5 minutes, it's Rick Astley that we're going to give you up.
My God.
On my audio, it's really impressive. It's taken me several years to perfect it.
Oh my God, I hate this so much. You can see the slight figure pulls back their hood, and you can see
it's Vega Camarus.
It's not Vega Camarus. It is a halfling, and he looks at you with like bright brown eyes and signs at you. I wasn't sure if he would come.
I'm gonna instead of signing back, I'm gonna strike up a conversation, but I'm gonna do the thieves' cant thing of it being about the weather, and actually it's about something else because it's COVID instead of signing, because I think signing is a bit more obvious. But I will say, who do you think I am? But try and not say it in a, who do you think I am? Not that.
Who do you think I am?
Who do you
think you are?
Who do you think I am?
The figure next to the halfling who is still is hooded and has quite a sort of defensive stance, their arms are crossed, pipes up and says, "It's not very polite."
I'm sorry, I'm just genuinely curious. I'll be honest with you, I don't think I'm the one intended for this message.
Yeah, maybe you're not. Pike, I thought you said they knew thieves can. And the halfling signs back at the other person and says, and signs, "They must have, they could read my message." And
Interesting.
The second person looks back to you and says, "My partner here just uses sign language."
I see.
You got a problem with that?
No, not a problem. My apologies. I thought you were trying to keep things on, the hush-hush, is all. I'll repeat it signed.
Yeah, the halfling's face kind of visibly relaxes a little bit. The larger person signs, "You'd be surprised how few people know how to use this language anymore."
Well, I do, so that's good, I guess.
The halfling kind of takes over and says, that was what was curious for me. I left the message there with half a hope. I could see that you guys were investigating, but I wasn't sure if any of you would understand. But to leave a message more obvious would betray our position.
Of course, I understand completely. So you're specifically looking for the group of us?
Yes.
Well, I can call the others in if that's helpful.
The larger figure is sort of signs to the smaller figure and says, "There are others," and the halfling says, "I think we should trust them." And then tries. I'm gonna actually get them to try and roll a sleight of hand check.
Oh, are they trying to keep something from me?
Yeah.
Ooh.
What's your passive perception?
My passive perception is 15.
Oh wow, you just about high enough. They sign. Plus, if they don't end up being allies, we can probably take them down.
Good luck, sir.
I'd like to see them try.
Toz gets like a little instinct and just goes, huh.
Yeah, Toz reaches a really funny point in her romance novel. She's like, ha ha! The taller character turns back to you and says, and signs, "Bring in your friends in a moment, but first I want to know what were you doing at the stadium?"
We were asked to investigate these ghost appearances. So we were looking for evidence of what might be going on. That's all.
The halfling signs, "We think we might know something about it and we can help." And the taller character kind of stops them and is like, Who sent you to look?"
Well, who sent me is Arrow Ace. Who sent them would be a Lyra Opulensis, who I'm increasingly wondering if we should be reporting to.
I'm gonna get this character to roll an a history check to to see if they know or remember who the hell that is. They do.
That's good that it's not an immediate, oh no! So that's good.
Yeah.
Our main suspect.
They sign back at you. I don't know much about her, but I don't know why I'm like not doing accents when they're signing and then doing accents when they're speaking. That's silly. I should just do accents the whole time.
Yeah, right, I'm signing all of this.
Yeah. I don't know much about her except that she's working for the government, and that's pretty damning in my book, to be honest.
Okay.
ACAB. No, wait.
Well, I'll be honest, I don't think... well, we haven't got much evidence yet, but we certainly won't be reporting to her anytime soon until we know exactly what's going on. And when we know exactly what's going on, perhaps we won't be reporting to her at all, if you get my meaning.
Why don't you bring your friends in, and we can discuss this more.
Sounds good.
In more depth.
I will subtly and nonchalantly get up from the table.
Can you cast message?
Super subtly.
I have to see you cast message.
You have to see.
So, and then I will.
I love the idea you go to open the door and we're all just like leaning against it, but also that makes no sense because it's the pub, and that would be awful.
And it's on the other end as well. Like it's so not funny. Anywhere.
Yeah, it would be
entrance.
Purely for the bit.
Yeah, I'll like go out and just.
We're hanging out outside, attempting to appear nonchalant and completely failing.
I'm just enjoying my book.
Yeah, I'll just kind of wander out and slowly and casually gather up everyone from where they have been waiting.
Morgan has got her notebook out and is kind of slowly compiling a list of all the words she can think of that begin with CL.
Oh my god.
But yeah, I'll gather everyone together and just be like, I found the two people. The message was inexplicably actually for us. They want to help. I don't think they're going to be very excited if we tell Lyra a lot of this stuff. So maybe we keep it on the hush for now.
Understood.
Oh yeah, you were suspicious of her. I mean, knowing what.
Look, maybe they have some answers about these ghosts.
Considering her position, and considering what I know about other people in similar positions, I would not be at all surprised if she was extremely shady. Just from personal experience.
Yes, they'd like for us all to go in and meet them and find out what's going on. So,
all right, yeah,
Great.
Sure. Well, if they were going to do anything, they would have done it when it was just you and had the element of surprise. So,
true.
Ellie,
yeah,
I got 390 gold. Can I buy each of these guys a drink?
Sure.
That's an expensive drink.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'd say it's probably it's Navrosh, but then it's like not.
Shall I just
nice
knock it back to 85? If I get everyone a drink.
How much would that be each?
Like 6 silver?
Yeah.
Yeah, that works.
Cool, I'll knock it back to 85.
Damn it, I don't have anything like tongues, so we can all temporarily know thieves can't. That's annoying.
Yeah.
Oh, you don't have. You heard it here first. Tieflings don't have any tongues.
When you all sit down and Tozia brings the drinks over, the shorter halfling starts sort of signing and like kind of registers the blank looks on everyone's faces.
I'll translate.
Cool.
And then the taller person says, "It's all right as long as we talk in a guarded manner. I'm happy to interpret." She takes her hood off, so you can see her face. Lyra.
It was Lyra all along.
So no, this character she's got like elf features, but there's like a kind of hint of something sort of almost ethereal about her. She's got, and you can see actually they're sort of concealed by the light, but you can see some sort of gills just on her neck, and her ears have this sort of kind of like frilly texture. So she's kind of she's like an elf with some like maybe Triton, maybe fish folk blood in her. You can see kind of like more clearly now. So
the rain has gone again.
Oh my god, Eiriol!
You said the exact same thing.
She's wearing, like, you can see kind of under the cloak a little bit. She's got some kind of like, she's not wearing full armor in the same way that Toz is, but she's definitely got some kind of like embellishments to her clothes that look like they aren't kind of normal civilian wear, and that she is in a wheelchair, and she kind of extends a hand and says, "My name's Alwyn, and this is my associate Pike."
Ellie, you're a genius.
What?
I'll talk about it later.
Okay. What's the second name? Alwyn and
Pikelet. And this is Alwyn Flint, who is our very first name an NPC from Patreon. So thank you to Piers Wilkinson for submitting this name and some special requests as well. I have followed them and then some. So yeah, this is cool and exciting. I've been sat on this character for several months, so it's nice to finally show her to the world.
She's the cool.
If we had just not gone to the pub, we never would have
missed our perception check to see the graffiti.
Yeah, well, I mean, originally I was going to have her at the sporting ground, and then you guys went there first, and I was like, damn it, I want you guys to do some investigating before you just, like, meet relevant NPC.
We nearly managed to completely avoid that name.
It's fine. Both Alwyn and Pikelet lean in, and Alwyn says, "So tell us what you know so far about the supernatural occurrences."
Well, not much, if I'm being honest. We observed these ghosts. I do, like, inverted commas. Once at the sporting ground, once at the concert hall. There were two there. They look like slightly featureless humanoids. They didn't seem to hear us, but I spoke to one of them using magic, and that seemed to get through. They said that they were dead, now they're not dead, but they're still dead because they're ghosts.
What?
And they don't want to be. They want to be somewhere else. And that she is involved, but they didn't really specify who, although I managed to get a description.
They gave a very generic description that could describe a good quarter of the elves in this city.
Except for the eyes.
Except for the eyes.
What was up with the eyes?
The eyes are creepy and dead-seeming. That's extremely subjective.
So we're looking for a tired elf.
But it seemed they said we need to stop this at its source and look under something beginning with Cl, but then like CL. But then the chandelier fell down on it and we got interrupted.
I'm sorry.
This is
Chandelier?
kind of well-known clock tower in this town.
It's a euphemism. Don't worry about it.
Guys. Let's not overwhelm. Yes, we did have a bit of a mishap in the concert hall, but it's okay because
if anyone gets arrested, it'll probably be me and not the rest of you, and I can probably manage to get out of being arrested here. So we're good.
We're making a brilliant first impression, I know.
Oh, okay. So...
Oh, and they're maybe made of electricity.
They're what?
Just like lightning. Remember?
Oh, yes. Yes, we found scorch marks at the sports ground in the trenches.
They were at the theatre too.
And at the theatre.
And at the theatre.
Scorch marks?
Yeah, like electricity.
Right. Okay, well, I mean, I'll be honest, you say you don't know much, but you know more than we do. See, well, so you also got electricity vibes from them?
Yeah.
I suppose.
Okay. So, yeah, this is the thing. Me and Pike, we work for the power grid. We're electricians, and when all this started happening, we noticed that they were... Well, basically, the way that, like, well, overnight, all of our shift patterns changed, all of the, like, the places that we were supposed to work changed, and it was just all really, really shifty.
Well, so the higher-ups were changing stuff without telling you why?
Yeah. So, listen, we don't do the, the rooting stuff around thing, but it's common knowledge that the places that use the most electricity are the theater, the sporting ground, and the shopping mall. And we thought it was an awfully weird coincidence that those were the places where this activity seemed to be happening. But then when we tried to point that out to people, they said that what we were talking about was nonsense and that we should continue as business as usual because that was the priority and we needed to make sure that people's morale wasn't down or whatever.
Sorry, this might feel like a strange question, but when you say electricity, what
it's
is that?
like we were saying it's like lightning in a bottle, and you can use it to power things. Like, so instead of
that sounds very dangerous.
It is a bit, but it's like with burning coal to power something or burning wood, except that you have electricity to power something. Which brings me to my question, Olwen and Pike. What are you using to generate the electricity in Navrosh?
Well, you said it was lightning, right?
Yeah, but you have to get the lightning from somewhere. You don't climb up to the hill and wait for lightning to hit you. You mix chemicals together, or you kind of like get bits of wire and then you rotate them fast.
Yeah. So the way that it's always been, the way it's always kind of been explained to us is that we use arcane sources. We use basically people using magic and then or machines that generate magical energy, and that energy can be transferred into electricity.
I wouldn't have thought that would be efficient enough.
Well, it's funny you say that because, I mean, it was a pretty decent power source. It is, but they did talk a couple months back about how they were like modernizing the power cables and the structure of the grid, and well, since then it seems to have got a lot more powerful and a lot faster, but that also coincided with these figures showing up.
So, I'm sorry, I'm really struggling to understand this. It's a cultural thing. We don't have all of this where I come from. So, you're saying that these ghosts are somehow linked to this electricity stuff, potentially, that is making things run in the city. Have I got that right?
That's our best guess. I mean, we don't know how, and we haven't been able to figure out why because, well, we got blocked at every turn.
Well, there's an obvious why in there somewhere. If they've found some kind of power source, the ghost will say something about a source that is so some kind of new power source they can use that is way more effective, but it's getting that power in some way that's generating these ghosts. Or trapping them, or exploiting them, or something.
Do you remember when I told you about the fire people that I saw?
What?
I remember this vaguely.
Do you mean the little fire monsters we fought?
No, when I was looking in the pool and I saw lots of different places far away, I saw fire people.
I remember you saying this.
Like the fire people we all saw? Or different?
Like actual people, but made of fire.
Huh.
Do you think maybe that... And I do feel really bad saying this because it's probably ridiculous, but do you think there are people made of electricity who they're being,
Well, there's people made of meat.
But do you think that's where maybe they're getting the power from?
Could be.
But how would they even do that?
I don't know. It's silly. I said it was silly.
No, it's not silly. It makes sense.
Whatever they're doing, I think we should try and find physically wherever they're generating the power and take a look. Do you know anything about? Is there like the power plant something, or I don't know, where you have transformers somewhere or generators? Do you know where that physically would be?
Oh yeah, we can definitely help you with that. It's just, getting into the generators.
I figured that if you had access, you would already be telling me that my idea was stupid. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we can get in. We've gotten into a lot of places that we were not meant to be in.
Maybe don't say that one's quite so loud, Delphi.
Hey, well, we're having a clandestine meeting anyway. This is a clandestine meeting.
True.
That's a ringing endorsement in my opinion.
Great.
It sounds like you guys might be the people that we've been looking for.
I mean, we've been told to come here and figure out what the issue is. If the issue is on the level of the whole city, I don't know if we may not have the power to stop it, but we'll try. We can
definitely try.
Yeah, about that. You said if we're gonna break in to the power plant, you cannot, under any circumstances, tell your boss about that.
Which boss are we talking about?
Lyra.
Miss, yes.
We tend to go for acting first and asking forgiveness
Lyra,
later.
I barely know her. Hey.
Yeah, okay.
I'll make sure.
We'll do what we need to do, and if it turns out that the people who hired us were behind it or something, then I guess we'll just not mention. Well, we'll be trying to fight them anyway. So I don't know.
We'll cross that bridge when we come to it. If
we'll burn
we
that
come
bridge
to it.
when we get to it.
Okay, fine. But can you? Sorry, you two. Could you answer me just a couple extra questions? I'm struggling to figure out why, if our hypothesis, that's the word I learned from Morgan, is correct, then they found some way of generating electricity from these dead people, whether they're made of electricity or not. But why? So my question is, before this all happened, were you guys you having any shortage of electricity at all?
It was fine, sometimes it was a little bit slow, but generally speaking we had enough power, and then Pikelet starts signing, and Owen goes, oh yeah, you're right. So Pikelet's saying, there was a couple of power outages in the kind of months before the upgrades. I think
that doesn't look good.
The city is expanding, and more and more people are moving here, especially with what's going on in Antibra. It's not popular for tieflings to come here, but they do tend to crowd onto the outskirts of the city, whether the council want them to or not. And and obviously we've got a great trade agreement with Catgirl City, so we have people coming from there as well. And the more that the city grows, obviously the more demand grows. So I don't know. I think what we were doing before was just fine for the city center, but maybe not for the future. I'm not sure.
That sounds about right.
If the city were growing, and they're trying to meet the demands.
You know, I mean, Raina, you've seen how much Atlas Orbis has been growing.
Yeah, maybe not for the better either.
Well, more people, more grow.
More people, less space.
Pike, let's start signing again. You said that the ghost said something to you about the source. What did they say?
They said we had to stop what was happening at the source and to look under something beginning with Cl.
Probably Cl. She was...
Not the. Specifically look under Cl.
Pikelet signs... underground?
It didn't sound like a it could, I suppose.
We could have misheard.
Maybe.
Ellie, OC, if this has been, if it was underground this whole time and we've been saying Cl, I'm so sorry.
Ellie's way of saying, you guys are dumb.
To be fair, we're going to listen back to the audio and it's going to sound like saying under Cl, isn't it?
Underground would make more sense than underclock.
Oh my god, Ellie, you could have told us this so long ago.
I know, but I like to watch you suffer. Aces is Am Chisholm, Chloe Elliott, Eiriol Evans, Katie McLeod and me, Ellie Webster. Thanks to our patrons Piers Wilkinson, Nate Scott Jones, Ouroboros and EK Green for their continued support. If you love what we do here, please consider leaving us a review on the podcasting platform. on the podcasting platform of your choice. If you can't, you can use our Podchaser page, which is podchaser.com/Deck of Many Aces. We really appreciate it, and we read every review that is left for us, so yeah, if you can, we'd love that. Thank you! You can find us on social media at Deck of Many Aces on Twitter and Instagram, and deckofmanyaces.tumblr.com on Tumblr. You can also reach us by email at deckofmanyaces@gmail.com. If you love the music on the show, you can listen to almost the entirety of the original soundtrack on the music streaming platform of your choice, including Apple Music and Spotify. All of it is written by the lovely Chloe Elliott, who is available for commission if you have any composing needs. Where else can you find us on the internet? Good question, we're everywhere. The best place to find us all together is on Rendezvous with Destiny, where we've got Am and Chloe playing a Bite Marks actual play podcast. We've also got Am on the Date Night Drive-In with her partner Will. Chloe is on Twitch at Chloe_with_the_flow, and we'll let you know about any other podcasts that we're a part of as they develop. As Chloe mentioned earlier, we have a Patreon. It's patreon.com/Deck of Many Aces. There are a variety of tiers that you can join up for. We've really appreciated the support that we've had so far with the Patreon. There's loads of kind of cool extra content, or if you just want to ping us a small monthly donation, then you also get access to our Discord, where we randomly post stuff in the middle of recording without context that you get to read back later and be like, that's what that was about. If you can't manage a monthly donation, that is totally fine. We also have the Acast supporter link. That's supporter.acast.com/Deck of Many Aces. That's like an online tip jar for a one-off donation. Of course, you are not obligated to pay us at all. We are a free podcast and we always will be. And if you can't support us financially, then supporting us on social media and by leaving a review is also fantastic. That's all from me. It's been a big one. Have an ace week. Bye!